Compliments my fly, and when it goes down, I know she gon' ride. I finally got somebody I can call mine.
Music licensing reimagined.
I got a girl that compliments my fly, and when it goes down, I know she gon' ride. I finally got somebody I can call mine. My one time for the one time.
Hey, we over there struggle screaming right here. Just, yeah.
There we go.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's up? I'm Lady Di. That's my husband, James. And if you are new here, please subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of great topics that we cover.
This is going to be a touching story today.
I was like, what happened?
Nah.
Like this video if you haven't already. But yeah, you know, we try to discuss a lot of like the current issues in society. And I'm talking about with relationships with people. It could be friendship, family, and of course, you know, your significant other. So we like to discuss that here and give resolutions.
Yeah, so because a lot of people, man, I really wanted to do this when I had found the video. My wife has not seen this video, but I've seen this video before. So I just kind of wanted to put things out because I know we work on people with the dating to marriage aspect, but this is after get married, because a lot of people just think as soon as you get married, hey, it's over. You know what I mean? I got my man or I got my woman. I ain't got to do anything else. Everything's going to be good. We straight, right? And that's why we have a high divorce rate. So we just want to kind of touch on some of the things because a lot of times people don't value the person they with when they do get married. And then they be married for 20, 30 years, right? And then now they go out there in the workforce and, you know what I mean, make a stupid decision, or they just, you know what I mean, put their partner through stress for the whole marriage and thinking everything's going to be okay type of deal. So,
yeah, I mean, it's like people get married and then they don't put in the work, kind of like what he's saying. Let me tell you, we've been married for a little while now, and every day is work. Not in a bad way. What I'm saying is,
it's good. Easy work.
The things that are,
I'm gonna say easy work.
It is. Let me get there. Let me get there. No, like think of it like this. You know, if you want to eat, right, you have to cook food.
Oh my God.
And if you don't cook food every day, what's gonna happen? All right. So you hate my analogies. So when you're in a marriage, if you don't cook in that marriage, we're gonna know. We're gonna know.
Okay.
Oh, okay. See?
All right. Okay. I see you cooking over there. I see.
You would know something is off, something is slacking. And I'm not talking about those sick days and the days where, you know, you need time for yourself. Like, of course, that's, you know, that's recognizable. That is what you should get. But I'm talking about those other days, because it's 365 days out of the year, right? So you can't have most of your days like that. Yeah. Most of your days can't be, I don't feel like it. Okay, that's not how it's supposed to be. So it is work every day. Every day, when you are thinking about getting married, or you're married now, you have to make sure that you think of it like you cannot slack off, even though you will slack off, but don't have in your brain that that's what you're going to do because you're married. We signed a dotted line, so that's it. He's not leaving, she's not leaving. Yeah. Okay, and in today's time, that does not happen. People are leaving. Like, they gonna leave you because they feel like it.
Yeah. And don't put too much stress on yourself too as well. A lot of times we like to think like, you got to do this, got to do this. Like sometimes I had to tell my wife, like, hey, you're doing good, you're doing all right, right? So sometimes you got to tell them like, hey, it's okay, you're gonna mess up. It's, you know what I mean? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You know what I mean? It's okay. So you got to let them know that, hey, you're doing a good job, and you know what I mean? The things you worried about, you don't have to worry about. Like, you good type. So yeah, just make sure you're doing that.
Don't stress as much. Like, you know, let's say, because there are wives that I've spoken to where they, you know, they're great wives, and then if they just didn't do this one thing, they're like, oh my gosh, and they're like freaking out. And I'm like, but you do it majority of the time, right? Like at least 90%. All right, so you should be fine, unless the person that you're with is just an asshole. But that's just not the case. Most guys that are married today are not assholes. You know, let's not put that as a majority, because people, oh, men are no good, men are not this. No, majority of men that are married are good. Okay. Mm-hmm. What happens is we don't understand them. So then that's when we're saying that there are all of these bad, negative things. And most of the time they're not. So just, you know, make sure that you put in your best foot forward is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So I hate the negative aspect of today's society about marriage and men. And it's like this hate men society right now, and now it's a gender war, all this different crap when we're supposed to be working together. So the only thing they're doing is keeping us poor. Right. So if the more we put our resources together, the more we actually going to build and make money together. So I think it's all BS. So I think we should be fighting to keep each other, you know what I mean? Keep each other accountable and keep each other together in a relationship. Because you got these people got kids and, you know, got lives and everything. So we got to make sure we're doing what we got to do to keep these families together. Because it's ridiculous out here.
It is, like, you know, and that's why we want to make sure that we touch on topics that are relevant, because this is, even though you may see things on TV or, you know, you may hear things, what we want to do is just bring it to the forefront and be like, hey, and this is what's really going on. So, you know, people are not, you know, misled in different ways, because marriage is easy. Yeah. Okay. Marriage is easy. It's just the people that we get with make it like it's impossible to do all of these things. No.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a very juicy story, y'all. So grab y'all popcorn. I don't know if y'all listen to like the Reddit stories and stuff. Like I had caught one story and I got hooked on it. So y'all please come back every Saturday. We're gonna continue to do this, and we're gonna be like reacting to the story, and then we probably at the end probably pull up a panel, and then we can kind of talk about the story. So it's kind of gonna try to be like a new ritual of us kind of getting together and listen to these stories, seeing what they failed at, seeing what they could have did better, seeing the process improvements, you know, Lean Six Sigma, you know, all that type of stuff, man. These little terms that they got out today, just so we can actually parse out the different reasons why people are breaking up, and you can actually fix those, and then you can show this to your partner and like, hey, I know you was feeling kind of similar like this. This is somebody you can actually talk to so they can help you better your situation, because you might thinking going out there to get somebody else is the better option when it's really not. You know what I mean? Listen to the people that was in your shoes before. They'll help you out a lot, honestly.
Like,
man.
Basically, you don't want to let a good person go.
Exactly.
Like,
especially somebody with years.
If you have a person that's 80%, and I'm talking about realistically 80% good, a good person, right? 100%, always a good person. Never say that the issues that you're going through is making the person different. Because what's happening is these issues that we go through doesn't make that person. It's just the issue that you went through. So keep it at that. It's the issue, not the person. I'm not talking about every situation. I'm talking about good people. All right. So we got to separate the good person and the situation. So when you're going through things, you won't, be so quick to leave. So you got to give some people the benefit of the doubt. You got to give, their childhood. It's a whole lot of things to look into. But these Reddit stories, most of them are true stories.
Yeah.
True stories. These are things that people went through. They submit their story so it could be heard. It's another way for people to vent.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have done this, but when you're going through something, you ever had a journal and wrote it down?
Yep.
It doesn't have to be a journal. Some people like journal, whatever. It's just you just writing it. Even if you just wrote and then threw it away, shredded it. It doesn't matter. You're getting it out. This is a way for people to vent when things are kind of like failed. So this story right here, is like a failed one. So at this point, you want to make sure you have that chapter closed.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep stuff open because it's going to be hard for you to move on when the time comes.
And then to repeat, my wife has not. I listened to the whole story. She has not. So y'all gonna see her live reaction to it. Like hopefully she won't be over here crying. Being all soft and stuff. But
oh my god.
But no, man. And two, I was gonna say what was I was gonna name something. So what I forgot. I was about to say a good point. Dang, I forgot about that.
Something I said.
Yeah, you had made a good point. I was about to add some stuff too.
Oh, the situation versus the person.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll come back to it too.
But yeah, so I want y'all to understand. But before we get into the Reddit stories, and like I said, I don't know if you guys ever listened to a Reddit story, but they're very interesting. So we're going to change it up.
There you go. So this is going to be coming from the point of view of the woman, right? So this is going to be her telling her story. So this is we try to make it a female voice, but it was kind of hard to do that, but we couldn't. But it's going to be coming from her side of what's going on because she messed up type of deal. So.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So before we get into it, I'm gonna play one video to get us started. But let me get into the chat first.
Yep.
What's up, Hustler Muscular?
What's
How
up,
you doing?
What's going on? Ramsey 7.
Hi. What's up? Peace to you as well. Truth. What's up? What's up?
Brother? What's up? What's going on?
How are you doing? Good evening. And
hey,
Precious.
What's up?
Hey. What's up?
Appreciate
How are you
joining us. Thank you.
Yes. So let me pull the clip up.
So this is the one from Crew Season?
Yeah, so I'm gonna play a clip from Crew Season that was actually sent to me a few times. Okay. So I'm gonna react. I mean, I love his videos, but this one particularly was sent to me a few times and people are debating. Okay. So I want to play it because I want to see what you guys think. I'll tell you what I think. But I want to hear what you guys think as well. And I also made a poll too. So before we get into that, I'm going to get better on these lives. And I just always like to give you the excuse. I'm going to get better with these lives because what I really want to show you is the poll up close and personal. But right now I'm just going to go on my phone and I'm just going to tell you the results. But soon I'm going to get my life together. I promise you all of the kids that we have. It's a lot of work. So if I ever look a mess, like right now, please understand it was not supposed to be like that. All right. So listen. All right. So the poll that I had for today, I said, some people live a fallacious life and are unaware. When I say that, I'm literally saying that people believe in lies. They believe in lies and then they live on that lie, right? Instead of thinking for themselves to make it make sense. All right. So people live a fallacious life and are unaware. If women want men to provide, why do they still want to work? Okay. So look, this is what this means.
Oh,
this is what this means.
I ain't voting on this one.
If women want men to provide, I'm talking about ladies who are like, you have to pay all the bills. All right. If women want men to provide, why do they want to work? I didn't say have to work. There's two different things. Want to work means that you don't have to. Okay. You want to go out there instead of being a homemaker. I don't want to hear people say it is 1950s and all of these terms. If you need to be in the house and take care of your family, yourself, your husband, your kids, then that's a great job. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. Why? Because I've done it. All right. I'm speaking from very great experience here. All right. So
said they crazy. Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, Bruiser?
What up, Bruiser? How are you?
Hey, Bruiser got a great family, y'all. We got a chance to meet them in person. Had a great time, man. They looked out for us. Appreciate that.
Oh, yes. Much love, y'all. So look, you want to work. You want to work. You don't have to work. All right. So when you create a family, this is why it's so important. You don't have to stay home. After you do your maternity leave, I think the lowest is like 3 months. Sure, go back to work. But is that more beneficial for the house? I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about money. If the guy has money to provide for all of that and then some, make his investments, right? You don't just, to me, we're finance heads here. We just didn't get into that. We're finance heads. You must invest, all right? Unless you just got money just rolling over like that, that's on you. But if you don't, you must invest. So your man is supposed to uplift his money, right? You're at the house though. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with you being in the house taking care of that child? Because you seen what's going on in today's society. You can't trust a soul. Like you see the daycares and all the reportings. I get news daily from different places on my phone. Literally, I just started doing that. But what I get, I see it all the time. It's just what you want to say?
You getting passionate right now. Ooh, I was like, okay.
Oh, because okay, let me make this clear. I understand that you want to go to work, but do you have to go to work? Do you have to do these things? Because if your man is putting down what he's supposed to be putting down, that's why you got with him, I'm pretty sure, then you should be okay. You don't be thinking about all of these different things that's going to make it split up when he never asked you. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say women want to work, so if women want men to provide, why do they still want to work? All right. So the choices I put were women want their own money and spend on anything except bills. So you're not even contributing.
Oh my God.
But you want to work. I'm trying to make this make sense. It doesn't make any sense. You want to work, but you're not putting in the pot. You're like, nah, I'm going to take that. I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to get my waxing. But you're not even paying for your man's haircut. But you want to work. No. The other option I put was women want an exit plan just in case all fails. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
If you're getting into a marriage and want the exit, meaning not saying you want the exit, you're thinking about the exit, meaning if that nigga fuck up, right? No. If he do this, I'm out. No, that's not how you think. You get with the person that you trust completely. That's the first step. If you already with somebody that you don't trust, then that marriage is a whole bunch of mess already.
Hey, what's up, Trigger? What's up, brother?
What's up, Trigger Mike? How are you?
Boy,
how are you doing? Yep. So if you want this man, then you need to trust this man. And I'm talking about wanting to work. Let's not confuse him saying, hey, this is what we got to do. Then that's what y'all do, right? All right. No. If you're going to be working, you better be contributing into bills. And I'm saying better because it makes sense. It doesn't make sense for you to do something opposite. Make sure that you're contributing just as much as he is. The other option I put, women think staying at home is more than a 9 to 5. More work, sorry. Women think staying at home is more work than a 9 to 5. How? It's not more work. It's just different. All right. So people think like, okay, if you're at home, that's like all day. You're just cooking, cleaning, homework, whatever it is that you think that is happening at the house. I'm not saying that it's not work. I'm just saying, how are you comparing it to a 9 to 5? You can't compare that to a 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 is a 9 to 5. You having your own business is actually worse than a 9 to 5. That's all day. If you want your business to stay afloat, that's an all day process. Yeah. A 9 to 5 is like the low end. And I'm not talking about overtime.
Yeah, a lot more risk.
All right. So you cannot compare taking care of your home, taking care of you, taking care of your husband, taking care of your kids as a 9 to 5. That's for somebody else. All right. Doesn't make any sense. And then the last option I had was great question. I don't have the answer right now. Just for the ones that really just don't know.
Yeah. So
now,
what was the number one answer?
Let's see. The number one answer. So I'm going to say it again. Some people live in a fallacious life and are unaware. If women want men to provide, why do they still want to work? So the number one answer is women want an exit plan just in case all fails. God damn. You know what I think of them? This is what I think of them. Let me go find it. This is what I think of women who think like that. All right, y'all got to stop this.
I've always been delusional, yes.
No, that's not happening. You cannot think like that. Because And this is the thing. You may think like that, and guess what? That could be okay for you, but it's not okay for your marriage. Just think of your husband thinking of divorce, and y'all been married only 6 months, or you've been married a year, or you've been married 2 years, and he has an exit plan.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel? Now, I'm not saying marriages don't end. Let's be clear here. That is the reality of it, but you shouldn't be planning for it. Just do what you're supposed to do, and y'all money's supposed to grow anyway. Exactly. So it's not like when you are working and he is working, you're not making your money elevate. Yeah, as a couple, that's what you should do. Yeah. But when it fails, then y'all split that shit in half and keep it moving. Yeah. Why are you trying to get more money than he is?
But I almost think you must be thinking about it failing. You should be doing everything you're supposed to do to stay in your marriage. So, but let's go get into this video, man. I'm ready for this Reddit story. And
I'm not done yet.
Come on, I'm ready for
the let's go, next man. Come poll. On. This is important. The next poll is, where are we?
God damn
it. Okay. Why do women want Why do women want to live a luxury life starting off? Why do women want to live a luxury life starting off? Wow. All right. So the answers I put here were they grew up poor. So they just want luxury because they don't want to relive their past. Want to keep up by following the trends and watching reality TV.
Yep.
Lack of fathers, and or all of the above. So the only answer, the top two answers were want to keep up by following the trends and watching reality TV. And the only other option was all of the above.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So that's crazy. We like to give those polls out. Sometimes it be last minute, you know what I'm saying? But
but so the thing is, right? So there's nothing, I want to make this clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a life of luxury. Ramsey says, y'all heard about the smart man
that put everything in his mama name. Yeah, the soccer player. Yeah, it's a soccer player that did that. With we probably make a video about that, but a lot of people have been jumping on it, so we probably just leave it alone. But yeah, man, that was very smart. He was making $1 million a month. Guy making $1 million a month. And he put 80% in it, he gave 80% in his mom's name. And all the houses, cars, everything. His wife went to file for divorce, and
she couldn't take a damn thing, huh?
Yeah, so only thing she's probably gonna be able to get is maybe a portion of that 20% that he's getting. So,
well, that means he knew that she was no good.
Yeah,
because no one is just doing that unless he married her when he had money already. You know how that goes.
Yeah, so his mom probably.
So we'll get into it. Yeah, so I gotta get more details. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with living a life of luxury. No, I mean, yeah, sure, you grow to get that, but you can't expect to have that right away unless you grew up like that. If you grew up like that, your family had full of money. That's all you know. So yeah, you should be getting married to luxury because that's your lifestyle. That's your family. But if you're just coming from regular life, then you're gonna either put your space. This is my thing with that. You want a life full of luxury, but you're not around people that live the life full of luxury, right? If you want a life full of luxury, then you will surround yourself with people like that genuinely. You're not going in there being a groupie because you're not going to get married like that. You have to go in there like, this is the lifestyle I want, and I'm going to work to get this. And you know what I'm saying? Look, do what you got to do, but you're not going there being all in people's face, being groupie. No, that's not how you get that. Yeah. All right. But besides that, that's not normal. Most people are not around people with luxury unless you modeling or whatever. All right. Yeah. So let's get into this reaction video.
One should always solidify her livelihood first and then think about pursuing a man. If you're in college, finish school, get your degree, get your job, get your crib, get your car. Then we get to thinking about a man. That way, if the relationship ends for whatever reason, because it could end for a few reasons. He may pass away, y'all may get a divorce, who knows? Whatever the reason, your livelihood isn't in jeopardy. Like so many women who gave a lot of years of their lives to a man and the relationship ended. So now she has a big hole in her resume because she wasn't working. She has an unfinished degree. She doesn't really have a lot of options in terms of making money. Now she has 2 kids on top of that. And she out here just trying to figure it out. So now she has to depend on a man that's willing to come in and save her, basically, and her kids. That's not a situation that any woman should put themselves in out here gambling on a man. A woman should all.
So, Cruise Season here says, Trill, what's up? Shout out to you. He goes, relationships don't have a high enough success rate to gamble your livelihood on. So that's his insight on it. Let's get into what some of the comments were saying. Here we go. So degrees. Someone said degrees do not mean you will always be secure. Trust, I have one and I still don't have a perfect job, but my mothering always comes first. All right. Someone else says bake your own cake. If a man can frost it, that's cool too, but have your own. All right. And another statement says the statement, we expect moms to raise kids as if they don't work and work as if they don't have kids, comes in mind here. I agree with having your own bag, and I do, but someone has to raise the next generation of humans. All right. And there's another comment that says, here we go. My dead man had me going to school. He passed 2019 when I was only 27 with a son. I graduate this year, and it showed me a lot now that anything can happen no matter the age you are. Young widow is a thing. Be prepared, especially if you're a parent. All right. And lastly, here we go. She says, being a woman who is financially stable and can provide for her personal living expenses should always be a priority prior to conjoining in a committed relationship or marriage. We all know that times have changed from generations past when only the man provided. Inflation is real and has been since the 80s. Growing up, both my parents worked multiple jobs to maintain our household. I have no idea where some females think in these times we live that they never have to be self-supportive. Everyone has needs, and
the bare
minimum an individual can do is support themselves without their basic necessities. This includes hair and nails. Why she even included the hair and nail? You just messed it up.
Exactly. Like I was kind of rocking with some of the stuff she was talking about. She had to put the hair and nails.
Oh my gosh. Let's stop. I mean, I'm not saying, look, let me explain to you. Yes. Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
He said, I totally disagree. We're gonna get into this because this is part of what our Reddit story is sort of about. I wanted to warm up you guys with that. Make sure you go follow the Cruise Season. All right. So listen. I wanted to show the comments because it just gave different insight. Like that's important to know what people are thinking. Now I'm just going to respond to what I believe that video about, my insight about that video. What he's saying, I agree with to a certain extent. I do feel in today's time, this is where we're at. Yes, I think women should get something that's going to provide some type of money. Either it's going to be money right now or money later, because there are times where he mentioned death, right? There could be times where someone loses their job or they get sick because they're sick, so they lost their job. Now they're on some type of medical leave, but the medical leave becomes permanent. So now what? The medical leave or whatever money that you're going to get from that is not going to pay for everything. So yes, there is going to be a time where you may have to go to work, right? So yes, I think that as ladies, we should have something. So if you're going to be at home, sure. But make sure you're getting degrees, license, something that is going to help you along the way or help the situation in general, because you just never know.
I disagree with the video, and I understand because the brother made a good point. Cruises, he made a great point. But I think that it's rare. So I think women should be focusing on getting a good man, because a lot of times the good men get married earlier, right? You might get some like later on, down the road. But like in most cultures, they get married early, as college. And so they can actually do better. So instead of kind of like throwing yourself out there, probably having sex with a whole bunch of men and, wasting a lot of time getting that degree that most likely it might not pay unless you're in like a STEM field. They're not going to pay you a lot of money, right? You're going to get that degree. You might not get a good job and you might not be able to provide for yourself. So you got to make sure that, you get with a great man, because that great man, just like that lady said, when her husband died, he put her in a position to go to school, You know, so he was already she was married, she wasn't in school, none of that, but she was with him, so he made sure that she went to school, just like with my wife, right? I got part of her school paid for because of me. She was with me, you know what I'm saying? So her bachelor's and her master's, right? So we have to I get his point, but I would say for the majority of people that might not be like a good thing to do, but I understand where the brother's coming from. You know
like,
what I'm saying?
Basically, you should be able to get your degree. Let's not say that's what you shouldn't get. But my thing is, don't put that in front of you getting a man and getting married, because what happens is we all think of, okay, let's get our degree, and then we walking past the dude that could be the one. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Yeah. And then by the time you're 25, you still don't think you're ready because now you got to go to work. I don't have time. I don't have time today. I don't have time to do this. Yep. And then what's happening is
all the good men are getting married.
All the men that you were thinking about or past has probably gotten married. So that's the only thing I would. It's not that he's saying that. It's just that that's what women are doing. What he's saying, it sounds fine. But what women are doing, they're taking advantage of that situation, trying to be super independent. But then you're missing out on the life that you say you want, which is to have a husband. So you don't want to wait so long to get a husband. You want to get a husband as early as you can get that and still get your degree and do all of these things. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because y'all supposed to be building together, right? So we always talk about this 50-50 BS and all this type of stuff, right? So two can do it better than one. So basically you putting your wife in a better position or your woman in a better position so she can get the things she needs, right? So, and just like her, she's going to be making sure I'm in the right situation so I can get the stuff I need. Things are taken care of so I don't have to worry about it. So I can go out there into the world and do certain things. So, but I think a lot of people, Truth and the Purpose said, I'm a little conflicted with this one. Yeah, because he's making some great points. Yeah. But I also this side too as well. So it's man, it's
just how we take it.
Yeah,
like it's the society. What he's saying is not bad. That's what we're in 2023. It's just the society is making it seem like you have to just get a bag and forget the family.
Yeah.
No, that's not how we do it.
I think you got to do both at the same time, honestly. But he said only our culture think this way. Well, he said, he agreed. He said, salute to Mr. James and Lady Di in the chat. Hope everybody having a great day. What's up,
Mr. BX? Are we talking about the Bronx? I'm from the Bronx too. What's up? I mean, that's the only thing BX means. Let me know if you're from the Bronx, unless that's your initials.
He said he disagree with Trill. Yeah, man, I get it, man. I can see both sides, but I'm more leaning on disagreeing. Let's see. Just Rules say good evening, James Lady Di. What's going on, brother?
What's up? Just Rules.
Hey, Travel One in the building. She says,
hey,
before marriage, a young woman should have a skill in the marketplace. Smart husbands want smart wives. Together they plan their lives together. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we got to do. Just like with my wife, right? I'm putting her in a field where she chose the field, and that's going to help with business or certain things, right? So we want to have somebody that can help us out, because you can't trust the world, but I can trust my wife.
Just don't take it where you're too like, I don't want to say, so independent is good. But when you get with somebody, you're not independent no more.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You could go work as long as you feel like you want to work. Just don't mix the two together.
Yeah, exactly. He said, me too, John. Yeah, man. Say exactly. So the brothers, they agree.
Hey, Bria.
Hello.
How are you?
Say Barak Hashem. That's what I'm talking about. Say Trill or KS. Whose message more opponent? I rest my case.
Trill. Oh my.
Hey, what's up with Precious at 100? Hendrell, what's up, everybody? Say hey, everyone. What's going on, Chris? We about to start the story, guys. So get ready. It's gonna be a great story. So y'all choose each other first, though. Yes, exactly, man. And that's why because I did it this way. Because I wasn't looking for my wife to have her own bag and all that type of stuff. I was looking for her to have skills to make sure the family was taken care of, and also making sure she was able to do certain things I needed her to do in the business and stuff. So yeah, man, that's why that's why I'm kind of like that, whatever. So he said, hey, Lady Di and James,
hey,
what's up? What's going on? Our DMV live.
Okay.
My family from the Bronx and Philly. Okay.
All right, cool. That's what's up. All right, so this is going to be different. Y'all bear with us. This is a Reddit story. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to an audio. The audio is going to explain the story, a true life story.
And we're going to have the words on the screen and everything so y'all can follow along if y'all kind of drop out and come back. We're gonna give like some updates too as well of kind of what's going on in the story, so y'all can kind of follow. And it's a great story, man. I think we can learn a lot from this story and get some tips on how and what not to do, especially in like a long distance marriage, because a lot of people don't really talk about the long-term marriage because people get divorced so much, right? But you got to have that strength to stay in your marriage too as well. So oh man, that's what I want to say is that facts. It says they are brothers that two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. Ecclesiastes 4:9. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. Yeah, so make sure you comment as much as you can. The dude was preaching the same thing. The feminist being. Listen, make sure you guys are commenting as the video is playing. Try to make as many comments as you can so we could read it and give insight when we do react to it. Yeah. So let's get into it really quick.
All right, cool. So let me here we go. Add this
I don't know if this is the right place.
All right, so let's get into it. Now, you guys put your listening ears on, get your popcorn, get your drink. All right, we're going to get into this interesting story.
On this side now, let me scoot over.
We're going to get into this interesting story. All right, y'all. So please pay attention. Your attention span should be on 100. All right. What's up, Hank?
What's up? What's going on? What's going on?
How are you?
Brother?
All right, let's get into it. Turn it up, y'all.
I don't know if this is the right place to put this on. Yet the title of the group fits the situation.
So this is coming from the aspect of a woman. So we tried to put a woman's voice, but y'all see it's kind of weird. So don't be on us so much. So appreciate y'all with our patience.
Make sure if you can't hear it, just say you can't hear it. But yeah, this should be good. Let's go.
I placed myself in. I am posting because my therapist suggested that I should just let it all out, and oddly enough, Reddit seemed like a place to do it. So here it goes. I, 42, female, cheated on my husband. 42, male, 3 years ago. It destroyed my family and I regret it every day. My husband and I got together when we were 19. We were nowhere near each other's first, and for 22 years I thought we were happy. Sure, he has his moments when his temper gets the best of him, but he's the kind of guy that wears heart on his sleeve and takes a lot of crap, and when he blows up, he will grieve everything that has been bothering him, and I understand. I do the same thing and tend to say some heartless things towards him out of anger, and he never held it against me. Our says life was great. Of course he would love to have more. He would try every day, but as a stay-at-home mom of 5, 3 girls and 2 boys, I get tired and he voices his opinions when we don't have says, and I found it to be annoying. Thinking back, we could have says more often. Yet, he does help around the house. He works 60 hours a week and makes sure I sleep in on weekends, and I wake up to a nice clean house and breakfast. As the years went by and the 3 eldest began to head off to college, I was...
All right. We're going to get better on the audio, but I hope you guys are following.
So far right now, she's 42 years old. She cheated on her husband 3 years ago. They was together since they was 19. So they was together over almost over 20 years. She said the sex life was great, but she wished she could have did more because he complained about it in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom of 5, and he worked 60 hours per week, and then stay on the weekend, still cooked and cleaned and helped her out in that situation because he knew she was doing a lot, right? So that's just kind of what's going on right now. So she's telling her story right now. So he said, so I know Alvin had a husband. Why? Yeah, this is coming from her perspective, right? We're going to get better, y'all. So
I was feeling that empty nest syndrome. I was bored, going a bit stir crazy. I still had my 2 boys, but they were in junior high and didn't need me really. My husband saw this and encouraged me to get a job. In hindsight, I should have told him no. Should have gotten a hobby. Should have done a lot of things differently. My husband is a bit stocky, slight overweight, but handsome. As for me, I seesaw between 150 to 210, depending on the year. When I started working again as a customer service rep, I was 160 and I felt great. I haven't been in the workforce in 21 years and it felt good to be back working. As the months went by, I began hanging out with the younger 25-year-old coworkers from the office that was encouraged by my husband because I lacked female companionship. I used to shove him to go hang out with his coworkers, so it was only fair that I did the same, and those girls put ideas in my head. They made me think that I could do better. made me think that my husband wasn't sleazy enough, made me think that I was held back. Even one of my male coworkers stated that my husband is a beta pretending to be an alpha, and I ate it up.
My. Pause
At
that.
the time, I thought my husband was.
You see what I'm saying? Some people never learn these terms until some fool gave it to them like that.
Yep.
I remember talking to my family members, and they're like, I learned what a pick-me was. Or pick-me is. That's not something we need to be learning. The only reason why I know what a pick-me is because I'm in the space to learn it, meaning I'm a content creator. But regular people understanding betas and all this stuff, as long as you're not being disrespected, let's throw the terms out. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so they said, so right now from what we got, she was bored with the kids. She had 2 kids that's still there in the house, but they didn't really need her. Husband wanted her to get a job. And she was hanging around with those 25-year-old workers. If you 40-something, unless you imparting wisdom to these young girls, don't hang around with them, and young men too. Unless you putting them on game about stuff, it shouldn't be no conversation, right?
Yeah.
And then man told his wife that he was a simp and he was a weak guy, right? So let's see how that goes. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Frenchie? What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up?
He said 150 to 210. Wow, yeah, she gained a lot of weight. That's crazy. The pressure's shaking her head. This is terrible. Yeah, it's gonna get better, y'all. It's gonna get better, man.
Manic said he heard the story before and he just gave the answer.
Hey, Manic, chill out, man.
That's what's
all
up.
bark and no bite. Yes, I used to see him argue with people who would run their mouth. Had no problem stepping up to them, but I never saw him got into a fight. I don't know where that came from. I loved him. I honored him. In return, he honored me. All of our friends always told me how lucky I was to have him, and I felt lucky, yet somehow they all got in my head and I guessed my love for him. This little nudge kept going every time my co-workers and I talked, and eventually I began flirting with the same male co-worker who called my husband a beta. He was the same age.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. A man told you he was a beta.
Yeah.
He was trying to get in them pants because he's like basically saying betas are no good.
Mm-hmm.
Come get with me.
Exactly.
That's not a man.
And a friend told her she was lucky. She was lucky. She was in a good situation. The friends told her she was lucky to have him, and they was jealous of what she had. But she wasn't thinking about that because she was only thinking about what that man said, right? So
yeah, she got fooled. Scotty the scammer out there.
Me, and he was handsome, physically fit, and as the weeks went by, one thing led to another. He made the first move and I just went with it. We were having sex every chance we got.
Oh, wait.
I felt younger, desired, and I treated my husband like crap. I denied him sex, poked fun at his weight, even tried to make him think that he was crazy when he questioned our relationship. I had no clue where that came from. Thinking back, I don't know why I was acting like that. I don't know who that person was. I realized how bad it was when my husband crushed a glass cup with his bare hands, staring at me with hateful eyes during dinner. You have a love bite, he spat while he wrapped up his palm and left to urgent care. My sons looked at me in shock.
So that's a hickey. So I guess we call it hickeys. They call it love biting spat. I don't know what the fuck that was, but it's talking about a hickey, guys, for all the black folks.
Because I was like, what?
Exactly, right? So, yep. All right, let's get it.
The eldest of the boys' eyes turned beet red before he ran off. I called my lover and yelled at him, and he told me that he wanted to mark his territory, and I felt disgusted. It was the first time I felt remorseful about what I'd done. It was after midnight when he came home and looked at me seriously in the eyes and asked how long. I wanted to deny it, wanted to tell him no, but I saw it on his face, so I told him 4 months. Did you duck his D?
That's a long time.
I said nothing. He walked around me, only to stop short by my ear and said low enough for me to hear, I want to divorce you, ducking promiscuous woman. I was so angry that he called me that. He never talked to me like that before, and all I could do was cry, especially when I noticed our boys staring at me at the foot of the stairs. They looked at me with such rage, and I was angry at him for doing that out in the open.
I gotta ask a question. If someone stole, are they crying when they got caught? Meaning, you know why they're crying when they got caught? Because they can't do it no more. They're not crying because they're sorry. Mm-hmm. This doesn't make sense.
And she stopped having sex with her man for 4 months. So she stopped giving it. She was already wasn't giving enough. Y'all remember in the beginning? She was saying she wished she would have had sex with him more and all that stuff. Now it's she stopped having sex with him for 4 months, and then now she wants to you know what I mean, get it in with this other cat. because she's thinking it's all because she's going off of what he's telling her, saying your man is a simp, he ain't good, and he's trash, right? So it's crazy, man. He said, all right, go some of the comments says, but girl, you were being a hoe. Yeah, exactly. She got mad because he called her a hoe, basically.
Right.
He said, playing the sympathy card while confessing her foolishness after she picked forbidden fruit from the tree of a male outsider. Exactly.
Ooh, okay, just
yep. He said, laugh like she got some nerve. Exactly. Is this a real story? Yeah, it's a real story. We're gonna be doing this every Saturday. We're gonna be picking up different stories and talking about them, so you guys can like pick up some things. Because we trying to build long relationships, and they was married for 20 years. If for the people that's just coming in, this couple been married for 20 years, and she went soon as she went to job, went to work, all of that went out the window. All the good things this man was doing for her. So yeah, hey, this story is it's gonna get worse, guys. So just tune in, man. All right, let's get it.
I should have been angry with myself. Should have been disgusted at myself, but I had these blinder on and my husband instantly checked out. It was like a light switch, and just like that, his love for me was gone. My female coworkers rallied behind me, convincing me that I was making the right choice and I could spend more time with my lover, and I bought into it. I didn't want the separation period. My husband moved out of the house and into an apartment a half-mile away. My sons were treating me like crap and my daughters refused to speak to me. My lover began coming over to the house despite my protesting, but he just came over. This infuriated my children and he refused to leave the first time my STBEX came over to pick up the boys.
My what? Oh.
My lover was more physically fit than my STBEX, but he just smiled at my lover. Not yet was what he told him with a smile. Not yet, but soon. When they left, I was so angry at my lover. I told him that what he did was uncalled for and he just ignored me, only to yell at me when he had enough, and it scared me. My lover soon began to tell me what to eat, what to wear, making these hurtful comments when no one was listening, and I let it happen. When the divorce got finalized, we negotiated 50-50 straight down with a payment plan to buy his half of the house. We had shared custody, but the boys wanted to live with him. I haven't seen my eldest daughters in a long time. They don't return my phone calls. I only found out one of them was in a serious relationship when he mentioned it. It was surreal when it happened. Watching him sign the papers caused so much pain in my chest. When he took his ring off and placed it on the paper, I felt the ball in my throat, and when he left, I realized I never apologized to him. I grabbed the pen and just stared at the ring. At that moment, I realized how much I ducked up. I destroyed my marriage, my relationship with my children, and I think I was in an offensive relationship, and I just cried. I couldn't breathe. I was too incoherent, but eventually I signed it. A week after my divorce was when my lover hit me for the first time. I was
Woo! This story, man. So, all right. So what's going on? He became controlling, telling her what to eat, what not to eat, all that type of stuff. And you know what I mean? Now, now she's in a situation now. He's becoming abusive. You know what I mean? Right. So after all this thing, so they was married at 19 years old. They had all their kids, had everything. He was working 60 hours a week. Yeah, 60 hours a week, still cook to clean on weekends. Girl, exactly. You know, so he was doing everything to make sure that the family was being taken care of and everything. And she let the friends and the co-workers destroy her marriage. And why y'all think she let that happen? Or why did you think those women told her? Because they was jealous. So a lot of times we let other people come into our relationships and they destroy our relationship because they are mad because they want to be in your shoes. So a lot of times, ladies and men, you got to be careful with the people you have around and getting advice from them, because they will destroy your marriage if you let them.
If you let them, you shouldn't be listening to that.
Exactly. So
thank you all for commenting. What's up? How are y'all doing? Maverick, hometown girls and curls. I like that. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah,
man. And then he started hitting on it. So it's gonna get crazy. So let's get it, man.
About my day, and I bumped into the nightstand and knocked over his phone. He gave me this look, slapped me, and called me clumsy. I called my ex, and the first thing he asked was, "Does he touch my children?" I told him no, and he just hung up. I cried so hard that night. Soon my lover got comfortable using his hands. It went on for 2 months, and at the time, I felt like I deserved it. My ex never laid a hand on me. My lover did, and to me, it was karma. It only stopped when he hit one of my daughters who was home from college due to the pandemic. She was the only one who wanted to stay at the house. The 2 older ones stood at their dad. One phone call from her and my ex walked into the house, offered my lover a free hit before beating him into a bleeding pulp.
What?
My ex was stone-faced the entire time. No emotions. I had to beg to stop him. He looked at our daughter's bruised face and asked her what hand did he use to hit her, and he broke his right hand by stomping on it. When it was over, my ex took him and dragged him outside. Not once he looked at me. Not once acknowledged me. He took him to the hospital and told the ER that my lover fell down a flight of stairs. My husband stood by my lover's side. I do not know what they spoke about, but the following day my lover quit the job and left me. I kept working and my ex began screwing.
Yo.
Truth says, yep.
Yep. So y'all see how the guy was calling him a simp and he was weak and all that type of stuff before. Now all of a sudden, the daughter was there with the mom, and the mom didn't even much know her daughter was there. And then when she heard her mom getting beat up, she came to help the situation out. And now she got hit. So now that brought the father, her ex-husband, back into the picture, and he came in there with no problems, knocking him out. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he asked which hand did he hit my daughter with, because she had a bruise on her face, broke it, took the man to the ER. He said, "You going to the ER with me? Let's go." and then whispered in his ear what to say to the doctor, and then the guy quit and ran away. But he was the simp, though. He was the weak dude, but he came down and destroyed you. You know what I mean? So be careful. A lot of these people, oh, this guy's a simp, this guy's a simp, but this damn simp will whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how a real man. Exactly. I would have.
He lucky it was just that.
Exactly. He broke. He said, "Which hand?" When I first heard that shit, I almost threw my phone. He said, "Which hand did you hit me with?" We hit my daughter. I don't got no daughters, but I'm glad I don't. But if I had a daughter and that happened, this would have been crazy. So
yeah.
But yeah, let's get it, man.
Some of my single friends, even a couple of my coworkers. One of them was the girl who convinced me to cheat. I only found out after the fact when my coworker was stressing over him, bragging to the other girls how he blew her back out, constantly asking me about him and why he won't return her phone calls. It hurt me to know that he was doing that. I think he was doing that on purpose. I dated a few guys, but it never lasted. I'm a single mother of 5 children that seemed to push men away. Then there was the says, looking back, even with my lover, none of them could satisfy me the way my ex could. Which made me wonder, why did I allow this to happen? I was happy. How did I let myself get manipulated? I don't understand why. During this time my house was always quiet. My boys were either locked into their room or at their dad's. My daughters, with the exception of my third-born, refused to talk to me, and it was hurting. My ex saw this and he conducted a family meeting. He had all the kids in the house and I was happy to have all of our children under the roof, but the majority didn't want to be there. He began telling the kids to talk to me and my youngest called me a promiscuous woman. This shocked me. It hurt me so much and my ex slapped him right in front of me. Have I ever called your mother that? He barked and our son shook his head. Your mother takes care of you. She loves you.
So he's still a good brother. He's still protecting her even after the divorce. He said, "Hey, have I ever called your mom that?" You know what I mean? So he's still protecting her. And I don't know if y'all caught that. So the husband started sleeping around, you know what I mean, after the marriage divorce was over, right? He started sleeping around with some of the friends that was telling her that her man wasn't nothing, to go have fun. And then they was talking about how he was blowing their back out. And she said he was the best partner she ever had. But she was in that affair fog that she wasn't even much realizing what she had at home, because she was so focused on, hey, I got something new, rather than appreciating what she had.
So, but why he had to sleep with them?
Because he didn't care no more. He was just like, all right, he
turned savage.
It's a plate on the table. I'm gonna eat. That's what he said. So
I thought they didn't like his ass. See, so I'm telling you,
exactly.
They'll have sex with him now.
Yeah.
You and you will respect her. What happened between us has nothing to do with you. All of you will start respecting your mother. Do I make myself clear? He looked at all of our children and it spoke volumes, and my relationship with my children began to improve. During the 2nd year anniversary of our divorce, we were civil. We laughed, talked. He constantly came over to the house to fix things, to talk about the kids, and for a while I had my husband back and I leaned in. But he shoved me and said no before walking away. A month later, he began dating our youngest teacher. She's 10 years younger than him and they have a lot of common interest. She's extremely attractive and I tried to be civil while they were dating, but it hurt seeing him looking at her the way he looked at me. How he touched her made her laugh. She was the center of his attention and I understood why people envied us. Why they kept telling me how lucky I was. That devotion, why I never noticed it? I had my nervous breakdown when I heard that they were expecting and they were getting married. I woke up with him by my side, wiping the stray strands from my face, and I just cried, begging him for forgiveness, for destroying our family, and he said nothing. He just let me talk while holding me. He visited me every day, only leaving my side to talk to his fiancée, and she even came over to check up on me. I don't deserve their sympathy. Her kindness, she even found me a therapist that they paid for. My therapist was blunt to say the least. She said I was having a midlife crisis, and instead of talking to my husband, I allowed these young women to manipulate me. She explained that they wanted to sabotage my marriage because they was single, most likely will never marry, and saw me as easy prey. Misery loves company, and the fact that the main instigator screwed my ex-husband only proved it.
But how are you going to take advice from someone that hasn't been married? I'm talking about like they're not even trying to get married. Because I don't understand this concept. I'm not saying you can't get advice from somebody, but they're giving you a bad analogy of your life that they don't even know.
And you got 20 years in.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
Like,
an expert.
That doesn't make sense.
And you listen to people that have never been married before.
Yeah, to say something like I could see if they were saying something positive because they love what they're seeing, right? They love your marriage and they want the best for you. Then you'll get people that never been married saying great things, but they're like trying to destroy it, and you never caught that.
Yeah.
So what are we really influenced by? Are we influenced by the delusion or the idea that I can get somebody else?
Yeah.
Even though I've been married for so long? Mm-hmm. What are we really influenced by? Because how does these young people influence her to do that?
Yeah.
That means was she really not in the marriage like she thought she was for 20 years?
Yeah. It says Maverick said it's hard looking at what was once yours in the hands of somebody else. Yeah. Yeah, man. Now she has to deal with it. He said because she was a fool. Yeah.
Point blank.
Gosh, man. He said you have to take any advice. You have to take any advice by eating the fish and spit it out the bone.
Right. Exactly. Like you gotta sort out the good shit. Like
she said she should stay her ass at home and got a hobby. Yeah.
Right.
That's what she's saying. Now she's seeing he's gone now. Say I'm disappointed in her. Like I know her. Yeah, man. I promise you, yo, like real talk, no weak stuff. I almost cried when I heard the story. It still got some time to go, but I was like, damn, I felt like it's my mama or some shit. Like, mama, damn, you failed us.
After a few months of sessions, she saw how I am still struggling with it, and she suggested to post on Reddit. Create a throwaway account and let the pain flow. It is therapeutic and a unique alternative to group therapy. My ex-new wife is a lovely person. She comes over a lot to check up on me. She talks to me, makes sure I'm okay, and as much as I want to dislike her, I can't. She's too nice and their twin boys are beautiful. My ex also comes around to make sure I'm okay, if I'm eating. Telling me that despite what happened, I will always be the mother of his children and he will always be there for me as a friend. He even came over last Saturday and let me sleep while he cleaned up the house and had breakfast waiting for me. That made me break down and cry. I miss him so much. I miss my husband. I miss my best friend.
I'm so confused. If this man worked 60 hours a week and still was able to, pick up slack
around the house.
Okay. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And you just destroyed it because of what someone said.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
Yep. She said, oh my God.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, man. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. So yeah, man, it say you have to protect your mind when absorbing information, because the bad information can get you jammed up in real life. Exactly, man.
Yeah. Go to what's up, Bobby?
How
are you?
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, man? Hey, I be just around YouTube going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then I be listening to Red. I go on the site.
Let me tell you, this man right here finds all the crazy stories. If I don't get it in my DMs, I get stories sent to me all the time.
Yeah.
If I don't get stories sent to my DM, this man right here finds them. Yeah, my mom, everybody be sending me stories. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now.
Yeah, man. So Just Ruth said in 1993 film Poetic Justice, it was kind of sad watching Chicago give Holla Alicia.
Where are we? I'm sorry, I was
right here. After she exposed herself for sexual unfaithful to him and awful disrespect. Yeah, I didn't watch that show on Poetic Justice. I forgot about that doggone movie. I said I didn't watch that show. I'm tripping. But yeah, I forgot about that movie. Yo, man, what's up?
Smooth? What's up, Big?
What's up, brother?
All right, this story's almost done. We're more than halfway. So if y'all want to call up to talk about it, I could definitely drop the link. But
let us know in the chat if y'all want to.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah.
Till this day, I don't understand how I was so easily manipulated. I'm so alone. My kids are here, but we're not as close as we used to be. But they're here. Yet the one person I want the most is not. He moved on, and I'm the reason why. Someday I will move on with my life, but for right now, I deserve this. I deserve everything. Edit. I spoke to someone in the messages and I wanted to set the matter straight. I wanted to talk about what my ex went through, but I felt like it wasn't my place to talk about his pain. I tried to make amends, countless times, but he wanted nothing to do with me. It didn't help that my AP didn't want to leave me alone. No matter what I did, he just wouldn't leave me alone. I felt trapped. During the affair, I was in this weird haze. It's hard to explain. It was like an out-of-body experience. That day was supposed to be the last time, and he left a mark on me. I remembered when I begged my ex to give me another chance. It was days after he found out. He just looked at me and walked away. Only 3 times he spoke to me, when he tried to be civil when signing the divorce papers, when I called him when my partner hit me, and the day after he nearly finished my AP. On that day, he unloaded everything on me.
AP means affair partner.
Thanks.
Yeah. So a lot of these terms, one was soon to be ex-husband. It was SB something whatever too. So they got like a whole bunch of acronyms, y'all. This world is crazy. We're gonna be doing this every week, so we can there's gonna be stories like this that we can actually learn from. So y'all just bring y'all popcorn.
Mentioned before, he has a habit of letting everything fester before he explodes. He yelled at me about my stupid choices, about destroying him, how he doesn't have the luxury to mourn our marriage because he needs to be strong for the kids, and I just cried because I broke this man. This strong man who would have tried to find a way to freeze hell if I asked him.
Yeah.
I apologized, but he didn't want to hear my apology.
No.
He told me that my AP will never bother me again and left. It took a year before we became conversational. Before that, he wanted nothing to do with me. When he started fooling around with some of the women I knew, I just let him be. I knew why he was doing it, and I felt it was well-deserved. It was after that family meeting when he began acting civil for the kids' sake, and during that time, I truly realized what I destroyed. After the family meeting, little by little my kids began to talk to me again. My youngest took the longest, but I tried. Oh God, did I try to make amends with the kids. I needed to fix what I broke with them. They were my top priority.
That's the stuff I talk about. This is why I say marriage is just not about you and your husband or you and your wife. You have to think about these kids.
Exactly.
Like, y'all know I don't like the word divorce. I don't like to see it. Now, there's situations where it needs to happen, but then there's situations where like this, that didn't need to happen. Mm-hmm. What happened to the important part of your kids looking at y'all as the idol of, wow, this is what I want to be. I love the dynamic that I'm seeing. My parents are together. How is it going to affect the kids? Everything is about me only. Yeah. When you divorce, you're not just divorcing him, you're divorcing the family. Exactly. When people think of marriage, I need to think of family. not me and him or me and her. It's family.
Yep. So Big said, so I heard the beginning said, did the woman influence her or make that bonehead move or a simp over her? So it was a mixture of both. So it was the female co-workers. So she was 42 and the co-workers was
25.
20.
It's 20 something.
Yeah, they was in their 20s. I think it was 25, right? So and they influenced her. Then the man she was messing around with called her husband a simp, and he ended up getting his ass whooped because he put his hands on his daughter. So I don't know if you caught that, if you had to go in and out. So that's what's going on. So yep, appreciate
thank you,
that, Just Rules.
You
man.
guys can definitely support my Cash App, which I'll put at the top. Thank you so much for your contribution as always. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, brother. Precious said he been more than strong.
Oh
yeah,
my
man.
gosh, yes,
Yeah.
he has been.
Yeah, man. It's and I kind of could relate to some of this story, so that's why I kind of like you know what I mean, kind of got to me a little bit when in like my first marriage and stuff. So a lot of this stuff, man, you don't really know what the man goes through in this situation, right? Because you know he's trying to keep his family together, he's trying to do certain things, and then for you to do that, and then you be disrespectful with it. Yeah, no, above that.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch our segment on We Need to Talk. Make sure y'all type that in if you haven't seen it. James he was so transparent on that show. Y'all have to watch it out because he, you know, you would see why James is the way he is too, because he been through a lot of these things that you know, this video. So
yeah, man. So all right, let's get it. Hey, what's up, beautiful
hey,
animated? What's going on?
How are you?
I don't know if you was here from the beginning, but you're gonna have to rewind this, girl. You're gonna love this story. This was crazy.
As the kids saw my efforts, they slowly opened up, but not as much. During that second year, seeing my kids laughing in the house while my ex-husband joked around or helping around with chores, cooking on the grill and dancing with the girls, I thought that if I made the effort, showing him how much I was sorry, that I could win him back. I did everything that I could, asked for couple counseling, to start over, wearing every outfit he bought me, his favorite perfume, had my hair just how he liked it, but he just ignored me. That's why I tried to kiss him that day. I thought there was a moment. But he stopped me. I cried, I pleaded, and he just looked at me. He told me that he couldn't be with me because I broke him. He will never kiss me because I had another man in my mouth. He will never hold me because I had another man touch me. He will never sleep with me because I allowed another man to sleep beside me. I pointed out the women he had been with after our divorce, and he made it clear that it happened after our divorce. What I did was during our marriage. Your body and heart belongs to me, just like my body and heart belongs to you, and you destroyed that. I'm trying to just be his friend, but it's hard. I've been married to this man for over 20 years and I ruined it in 6 months. For what? A midlife crisis? For my desperate need for female friends? An urge to want to fit in? I look back and I do not know who that person was. Everything was out of character for me. My third born understood, and if it wasn't for her being there for me, I would have ended my life. She kept me sane. Kept me safe. I had no idea she was home that day. Usually the mistreatment happens when the kids are gone or while we're driving to and from work. I always dread it when they leave. Yet I allowed him to do that to me because I felt like I deserved it. That night I stood up for myself. I told him to leave and he didn't like that. Not one bit. When he hit me and pinned me against the wall. My daughter appeared out of nowhere and jumped on his back when he hit me again. He flipped her over and backslapped her. I hit him and ran into the garage with my little girl. He was knocking hard on the door and she called her father. He practically broke through the garage door when my ex arrived and I had to stop him, otherwise my ex would have ended him. His new wife is a godsend for him. She allowed him to love again. Allowed him to be himself again. I didn't want to be a part of his new life, but she insisted. She was also in an offensive relationship before meeting my husband. She wanted no animosities, and trust me, she made it clear that she has claws and is not afraid to use them if I overstep. My children adore her. She was the English teacher to the majority of them after all. I just have these moments of overwhelming guilt that is crippling. Yes, I still work for that company and I eventually became a manager and fired those women. I knew all of their dirty secrets, so getting rid of them wasn't.
Yo, so she did. She fired those. She got those women fired. That even though she was a stupid one in this situation, whatever, but she ended up, God knows, women fired. It's crazy.
An issue. I just miss what I had, that's all.
That's it. Oh, that's it.
Man.
All right. So please let us know. Please let us know if you like that type of live that, you know, we're doing Reddit stories to talk about, like, you know, real true life stories. All right. Please let us know. I'm going to make a poll. Let us know if you like it. But, you know, this is just something that we just started to do. This is part 1. There are so many stories to go through, but this one was crazy to me.
Yo, man. So it's for the people that came late. So
real quick.
Yeah, so just give her a couple things. Like, so she was 42 years old when she got her divorce. She was married at 19, so she was married for over 20 years. So the sex life was great, but she wished she would have did more and all that stuff. And she had 5 kids, and she ended up going to work because she was bored at being a stay-at-home mom. So the husband told, hey, just go get a job and, you know what I'm saying, work a little bit and make a little money, you'll be good. And then she ended up going, and you know,
she didn't want. She should have said she should have never went to work.
She wanted a hobby.
Yeah, just get a hobby.
But when she went now, in the situation where she met these 20-year-old, they was telling her husband wasn't good and was bad, like a lot of these ladies do today. They'll see you have somebody good and say, hey, your man ain't this, your man ain't that. He should be making 6 figures and he should be this tall and all this BS, right? And it she ended up cheating with one of the guys at a job. That guy ended up whooping her butt, putting hands on her, being controlling. So, and you know what I mean? But the husband was still supportive, even though he filed for divorce. He got remarried, had 2 more kids with a woman that was 10 years old, and they lived a happy life.
10 years older.
Yeah, she was 10 years younger.
Younger.
So they ended up having a productive life, and you know, and she became jealous of that situation. So.
And I think Precious asked.
Okay, wait, who hit her at the end? The ex again? Yeah, the ex was hitting her over a 2-month period. I think she just retold the story a little bit of exactly what happened that day. So because her ex-husband came in when the daughter called the ex-husband, he came in there, he almost broke the garage door trying to get to the guy, and he ended up whooping his ass and you know what I mean, broke his wrist, everything. For the putting hands on his daughter. So men are very protective of their daughters, you know. So even at an old age, they still, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Your daughter, you ain't.
I'm a daughter.
Exactly. Like you ain't. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So basically, at the end, the ex-husband is living a nice, happy life, and she's not.
Yeah, exactly. So the real person. I think I was the AP. I was the fair part. Frenchie said, I hope they got fired and work related. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They did. Said the husband was even right to divorce his wife for cheating. She was living through everyone else but herself.
Yeah,
exactly.
That makes sense.
Good point. She seemed depressed. No excuse for cheating. She needs to stay in counseling and not date. Exactly, man.
Not date.
Sounds like retaliation. All right, so I like. Okay, cool. Christopher say you like this. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. So just bringing something different to our community, man. I never really seen people do lives on Reddit stories, so we're just trying to, like, you know, bring something new so people can learn from, because you can always learn from somebody actually telling their story. And this was a throwaway account. So a throwaway account is like a fake account that people make, and they just tell their story, and they just let people like roast them on the chat. And they kind of like, because if you find a story like on Reddit, it's probably like a lot of comments saying, hey, you got what you deserve and all that type of stuff. So she's basically getting punishment and basically holding herself accountable for the actions that she did, right? So
also, you know, we're gonna try to give some resolutions to this story as well. So
exactly. So Just Rule says she lost the game of marriage life. Yes, she was blessed to receive it, then played the deceiver in it. Yeah, she was of her father the devil, and the lust of her father she did. Exactly.
Oh wow. So basically, when it comes to the beginning of the story or how their marriage was, so you know, we're gonna get into that. But so basically, when you're in a marriage, you know, you work, the husband was working, he seemed to be a good husband. They shouldn't say nothing wrong there. She seemed to be a good wife. They had 5 kids, right? So At the same time, you have to stay within reality of your house, not the reality outside of. Because if you start thinking and listening to others, even me, I'll tell you straight like it is now. Even me, I've been married. I mean, I'm married and I have kids. I don't listen to nobody outside of this house. I don't. Now, and I'm not talking about in a bad way. I'm talking about the ones who I know can't give me advice. Okay. I ask people who I know they're going to give me some valuable advice because I know what their life is like. And I know how they are as a person currently. So I would ask, or they would, give it to me. But I'm saying I don't go outside seeking it. Why? Because me and James, we discuss things along each other in a respectful way. So if I can't talk to him and discuss the problems or whatever's going on, then I'm losing. You have to be able to talk to your partner first. Now, I'm not saying sometimes you need a mediator, depending on what's really going on. Sometimes you do need someone to give more insight on something. Yes, but that's not how it should be majority of your time. It should be you and your partner discussing it in and out. Y'all figure it out. Even us, we have website where you guys can book us, right? But our booking is literally dating to marriage. When y'all get married, don't call me. Why? Because you and your husband and your wife, y'all need to figure that out. You call us when it's like a severe crisis. Because besides us, we have people who actually help, like psychiatrists in our family network and everything. Yeah. So we could give you those sources, but we help individuals dating, right? Vetting the relationship, because that's when you're going to go through the nonsense, and then the getting married. All right. We promote you communicating with your partner at all times. That's how you're going to fix your relationship. Now, with this lady, I didn't see nothing wrong except when she wanted to go to work, which that's fine. But why are you influenced by outside sources that don't know you? Why are you listening to someone that does not know you or him personally? They have no right to say anything about your marriage or your relationship. Okay. So to not get into that, because there could be ladies here that want to go to work, or they're at work now, or men that's in the chat, you might have a wife that's at work. There's many different scenarios. Okay. You have to make sure that, if a lady's going to step into the workforce, you have a conversation with her.
Yeah.
Even ladies, you have to understand that you're going to work for a reason. Mm-hmm. You're not going to work to get some type of therapy for something that you never needed.
Yeah. And then this, man, men, protect your wives in the workforce.
Yeah.
Because that can be, you see how she had attacks on both sides, but the husband wasn't aware, like, didn't warn her, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is some of the things that can happen. So men, if your woman is going into the workforce, she's had babies and she's not feeling as confident in herself. Sometimes you have to protect her brain. So be like, hey, baby, hey, you're going into this workforce now. It's going to be men that's going to be trying to prey on you. Mm-hmm. Hey, don't listen to the BS, whatever. Keep your stuff, keep your mind in order, keep it on the work. And if somebody does say something, make sure I'm the first person you tell me so I can go check that. And we can handle that and we can be cordial, right? And because you got to protect your family, because they have 5 kids, mm-hmm. right? Now he had 2 more with somebody else. So he has a total of 7 kids now, and he was working 60 hours a week. So this man was a hustler, and so he's a good brother. So on top
of that, make sure that you, when it comes to women, we all know women in general, very jealous, envious of things that they don't have. If you don't have something, and you should not be getting jealous of it. What you should do is like, wow, I like what I see. I like the things that or the relationship that they have. I want that. Let me go and get it. That's the mindset you should have. You shouldn't think, let me be hateful. That's not something you hate on. That's a beautiful dynamic that you should go and grab. But you go grab it elsewhere, somewhere else. If you want advice from the, married people that's been married 20 years, go ask them for advice. Don't sit here and try to demolish their situation because your situation is not good. We as women have to stop the drama. We cannot live like that. And you on the other side, the one that's been married, you understand when you walk outside, there are going to be people that's going to be jealous of you. There's really nothing that, that could change that. So have a mind that's open to understand that everybody's not like you and everybody's not the same. And I'm talking about with their mindset. I'm not talking about what you have. I'm talking about your mindset. You should be going around uplifting everyone, not destroying it. So just don't think that when you walk outside, it's a world full of love, because it's not.
Yeah, exactly. So Fridget said, nothing's wrong with getting a job for her, but she should have protected her marriage at all costs. Exactly. And he said he came back. He said, I think she wanted to get hit. Unfortunately, yeah, I think she was trying to pay herself back. I think she was going on that. I think I showed this one and said, my daddy don't play about me. I don't play about my. Exactly, man. You know, you gotta be careful. Men are very protective over women.
Yeah,
I know some women might not agree with that or understand.
They are.
If you had a strong father in your household, daddy got a shotgun. That junk is real. He said,
or brothers. Yeah.
He say, he should have never put his hands on her kid in the first place.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's weird.
Yeah, man. He said, yeah, I'm too like this. Yeah, man. I think I got this one.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
Thank y'all. We catching up. He said, I don't listen to trash people that have no values. I don't like to be around me because they breathe in my air. Exactly. He said, I don't like what I'm hearing. Yeah, man. I think that was one of the points you were talking about earlier.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, y'all. I said, facts. You have to come to your spouse first before anyone else can discuss it. I think it was talking about after you get married, that stuff. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, this was a crazy story, man. So he said, bless you, and the testimony lady died. My mother purposely abandoned friendships with unmarried women who poked her nose in her domestic life. I now understand why she did what she did.
Exactly. Yeah, because so it's not that you cannot be friends with women who are not married. You can. That's not a problem. It just depends on the type of lady they are. There are ladies literally out there to destroy you. So you have to know who is there for great intentions, and it's okay. You just have to wean out the bad seeds, basically.
Said poke their nose rather. Yeah, exactly. All right. So let me see. Salute that wisdom. It said, ladies at my job used to try to throw shade at my wife. Yeah, man. So Frenchie, he was on it. He said, I peeped it. They wanted what she has. Exactly. Talking about, oh, I know your wife won't let you come out, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Did somebody get us like that on the so on our Instagram? My Instagram is going crazy right now. There was a comment of a guy saying, oh, where's a video of just you by yourself? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Trying to get me on that by myself. But no, I gave him love, man. Because sometimes, man, a lot of these people need love. That's it, man. So
you see, look, he the nice one.
No, till they get disrespectful. I complained to one of my single friends about my husband, and when she was talking about it, I shouldn't be married to him. Damn, that was the last time. Oh, that's the last time talking to her. And she's still single. Exactly.
See,
man.
That's what we learned from the mistake. We not just because I had my mistakes too before I got married. It was crazy, and I said, "Oh, never."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we learned through it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all make mistakes, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Never had it right from the beginning. I had to learn this, so I'm just trying to make sure I bring it to y'all. But you there, you understand exactly.
Exactly. We all make mistakes, man. We all fail. We fall short. You know what I mean? So. And this is the time that you hold yourself accountable. Hey, I made this mistake. All right, cool. I'm not gonna do that no more. And then now other people are like, okay, I get where they're coming from. You know what I mean? I will never do that as well. And then now we actually building communities of people that have working relationships. And now we can look at marriage as a great thing rather than us just, you know what I mean, we just out here just giving it to everybody. Because if you let a lot of people in your business, they gonna run in there with a jacket on, with a hot toucan, everything. They coming with their bags packed. They coming with you. You know what I'm saying? They love drama.
I'm trying to think. Should I share a story? Look, time for transparency.
She just can't do it. She gotta like tell y'all before she.
No, like you said, I just can't say it.
Yeah.
So I have a story for y'all.
Give you love in the chat, homegirl.
Yes, thanks for being here too. I have a story for y'all. So look, there was a time where I wasn't even married to James yet, and someone tried to come for me, right? So and I'm gonna make this long story short because I'm not gonna say all the details, but long story short, all right, they assumed that I was a no good lady. I don't know where they got that from because I show love everywhere I go, okay? But they just can't believe that I was good. And then I had a good man too, right? Because he was always with me. So they rating me they're rating me based off of him.
What's up, Manic?
What's up, Manic?
Hey.
They're not they're not showing, they're not giving me my flowers for me being me. They're gonna look at him and be like, oh, she got that good of a man. Damn, I don't have that. That's how it starts, right? After that, there was like, nah, let me figure out how I'm gonna destroy it. So they made up this complete lie, right? They made up this complete lie about how I wanted to be with a married man. Okay, this married man, they made it up. They put it into their like group chat. Yeah, Di wants to be with this man, blah 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 blah. Right here, right? No receipts. They're just saying stuff. So these people in the chat, which I didn't really know that much, they believed it. They're like, "Oh, you serious? Never text me, never DM me, never ask me a question, nothing. They just believe what they heard. Okay, didn't give me the benefit of doubt, and I never did these people wrong. All right." When I found out 2 months later, I'm still pissed off. 2 months later, I found out who made the rumor. So at the time, 2 months before that, at that time, I had receipts showing that I never made no move. I never did nothing. That's not me. That's not my MO, nothing, right? So I showed them receipts. They all was apologetic, right?
Nah, they said they want the details. That's
I can't even listen, I'm gonna try to do better with my details, but I'm trying to be confidential here because this is a real story. All right. And I don't care if they listening. It's just I don't want to even put the name. Okay, listen, I don't even know. I'm gonna figure it out. But look, so I have receipts that I never did such thing. So these people were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I thought that about you," right? And I was like, "Oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah." So I stopped talking to them. 2 months later, 2 months later after that, I figured out who said it, who made and planted that into the wife. So the married man that they said I wanted to be with, they told the wife, right? Me and the wife been friends. So she stopped talking to me too. I went to her house. I showed her the receipt. I said, "This never happened." So she was apologetic and she told me who told her. And I said, "Are you kidding me? That person told you?" We hang out with them. We used to hang out with them all the time. So I told James, I said, "You know what? If this was 2 months, like the time of the actual event that happened, I would have whipped her ass. I would have went to her house, literally, and pulled her out the house. Because you cannot sit here and do that."
We was young, guys.
I was 23. No, I was 24. Because what happened was, at first, James didn't believe it. But he was like upset that this even happened, right? So she was trying to cause conflict into my relationship. I wasn't even married yet, okay? Making lies about me that never happened. So I promise you, if it was at the same time of the event, definitely would have destroyed her. But what I did was, so she was like, "Oh, I still want to go to your wedding." We was planning a wedding at this time. "Oh, I still want to go to your wedding," right? I said, "Fuck out of here. You never going to come to my wedding," right? I told her off about herself. I said, "Don't you ever do that in your life," right? So she listened to it. She was very apologetic. Like she was super sorry because she knew I'm not like that, right? James was like, "Oh, the husband came to me and asked, can they come to my wedding?" I said, "Fuck no." I said, "Hell no."
She was pissed.
I was pissed. And James was like, "But, it's not his fault." I said, "But that's his wife. Go check that. You cannot come in here and try to destroy something." So
I feel sorry, but I feel sorry for the brother.
And this guy told him I felt sorry.
Nah, because the brother was a good dude, man. So brothers know, man.
He was a good dude, but he had a messy wife.
Yeah, you know how, what I mean? Sometimes you're like your woman can bring you down type deal, or sometimes the man can bring you down, on the other side, whatever, right? But, I feel sorry for the brother because he got put in a situation because he would have been 100% there at our wedding and stuff like that, whatever. If it wasn't for what she did, whatever. But
they were invited. I literally took my list and scratched both of them off. No disrespect to the husband, but your wife was messy.
Yeah.
Now I'm sorry, y'all heard me like cursing and everything. It just pissed me off, and this was years ago because it was like, why would you do that?
Yes, exactly. It was. Sorry.
All right, story's done.
It said once I was swarming around about a group of my ex-female friends. After being invited to an exclusive house party, then I realized I was her trophy man a few weeks after I probably left. Yeah. All right.
I'm going to get better with giving more details. So, but y'all follow me, right?
Yeah, it said it should be so subtle but first. Exactly.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it said my husband said My husband said a husband should also protect his wife from herself. Exactly. That's what I was kind of going to earlier. Like he should have been already telling her, like, hey, you finna go into this environment. Hey, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And these men are going to be coming after you, whatever, right? So, he said, sounds familiar. Yeah, man. The foulness. Yeah, man. He said, nah, get get him out of there, Jane. Yeah, go get the chopper. Yeah, man. That's what she wanted
but
to,
see,
man.
this is the thing. Oh, I forgot to say this part. The guy that they said I wanted to be with, he worked with him.
Yeah, man. So I had a conversation with
what?
I had a conversation with the guy, and it turns out that woman that was being messy to the wife was also being messy to him.
Yeah,
so she was telling him
what she wanted.
My wife wanted her,
but she wanted him.
Yeah,
but she planted the seed on me because she didn't want to seem like the HO. Yeah. She didn't want to seem like that. She wanted to make these rumors about me to his wife to put it all on me. But honey, you wanted him, and she did. She wanted him. That's what it came down to.
Exactly. He said, please, she's not invited to nowhere, and that energy isn't welcome around.
I think I changed her life though. I cursed her, politely cursed her ass out. She got that the wording, she got that screenshot, and she got verbally. I was not playing with her. And they were very sad that they couldn't come to my wedding. I'm like, why are you so sad? You did this.
Yeah, I've been striking. Yeah, man. Yeah, she was, like, I never seen my wife this mad at anybody. Like,
I'm still mad now, and it's been years later. That's why I said she lucky it wasn't at the time. Luckily, I had a two-month rollover because I promise you, as much as I'm mad right now, that really pissed me off because I didn't do nothing to none of y'all.
Because she was more pissed because it could have messed up what we had.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You know what I mean? So she could have lost me. She could have, you know what I mean? Because this is right before we about to, you know what I mean?
Like a year before we
got married and stuff like that, whatever. So we had some good going. And she was like, hey, you about to come in here with some messy stuff and mess what I got up. So as a man, you got to check your wife. Exactly, man. So that's another lesson, man.
He did check her, but it was too late. Y'all not coming.
Yeah. So hey, lady, I would too have just invited her, but still have gifted her with a small can of dog food. Yeah, man, exactly. But yeah, man. So yeah, man, we're gonna have many more of these shows. You know what I mean? Kind of like just giving advice about what's going on in these stores, man. Like I heard some crazy stories out here. Like, and my wife haven't listened to half of this stuff. So when I be driving to work, I be in the zone. You know what I mean? Listening to stuff or whatever. So I live like an hour away. I might work for like an hour away from my job. So traffic is crazy.
I'm glad you guys liked it. We're gonna get better with it and try to do a better audio. But I'm glad y'all was able to follow because I was so nervous. I was like, yo, that sounds boring. It sounds boring, but I'm so glad y'all followed. Y'all understand what was going on, and you guys, are still here. You guys commented. But see, we never end this early.
Yeah, man. We be going for like 3 hours and stuff like that.
What time is it?
Oh man, so it's like 10:40. We probably
Frenchie, I sure damn did. I promise you, I think I changed her life. I did. She knew not to, because I wasn't messy, so she learned. She had to learn not to mess with. You have to elevate when you get older. As a lady, I understand back in the day, even me, when I was real young, I was one of the mean girls. So y'all seen the movie Mean Girls? If you haven't, go watch it. I was one of those mean girls back in the day. This was like middle school, elementary school, right? I was like that. So I know, right? But I had to change my ways because that's not life. That doesn't even make any sense. So I made sure that I put my positivity in place. Why? I was the only child. So I was bored as hell. But no, honestly, I was back in the day. I was really young, very immature. So what I'm saying is you have to elevate. You have to grow. I love to share what I used to be. And I'm not saying I was a terrible person. I'm just saying in general, I had faults for myself. But when you get older, you mature. That's the thing. You have to mature. You have to. Yeah. That's the only way life is going to be. Why? Because if you're trying to be a mother one day, how are you going to raise them properly? So you have to get rid of your bad habits, your old ways, whatever it is that you're learning from others, even if it's your parents that, they have bad habits and bad ways. Don't, get that. Make sure you change it and transform it to something great. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. She learned that day. I think I changed her life. I might type her name in the YouTube search and see how she's doing. I'm saying she might be better now.
Right. Yeah, man. Appreciate that, Just Rules. Hopefully they still married too. Hopefully they kind of got that worked out. So,
yeah, I hope so.
We don't want to,
like I said, I
prop
know,
up divorce or anything like that. So
you just need to work on
man.
that. Yeah.
He said, "You think we should read it next time?" Yeah, we'll
read
think
it
about
next time because that was
we might.
That was like that audio was.
But we'll
terrible.
probably just have it like we read it before. Because it'd be hard to kind of like, especially like with this light in our face to see the comments and to actually. This show is it's a lot of work.
We'll work on it, Big.
Yeah,
thank
we're working.
you.
We'll try to put some stuff in there, man.
Yeah.
Say leave that Alexis.
Yeah.
Oh man, she was trying to tarnish your image and sabotage your situation.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, man. And I'm not the type of person that believes a lot of people anyway. So because I know how people are, right? So it would have been hard they would have had to like show her actually doing something.
Show who?
You. Like
you gotta show me nothing. No.
I'm talking about for me to believe the story.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me being friends with her again. I said, nah, she good. One strike, that's done. I don't do 3. So
yeah. So yeah, man. He said really lady, she ain't changed.
I was trying to give her a benefit of the doubt,
yeah. Needs a wake up call. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. They say the story was very intriguing. Yeah, man. And we're gonna have a longer story probably. That's what we probably do.
That was a nice length.
Yeah, that was only like a 18-minute story.
That was good.
So
yeah.
But no, you don't want to you say you want to go longer.
I was just saying this is the shortest live we've had in a while. So I was saying, do you guys like it at the sea? It's an hour and 43 minutes. We do a 2-hour live. Or do you want it to be longer? That's all I'm saying. But this was a nice length. Everybody's attention span was there, even mine.
Yeah, but be on the lookout, y'all. We're gonna start posting more videos, man.
We're trying to get monetized, so don't get annoyed by our postings. I promise you.
No, it's gonna be
we are
good content.
trying to get monetized quick because we're like so close. So you're gonna see a lot of postings from us on YouTube. But it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be good posts. I'm just saying.
It's gonna be good stuff,
Some
man.
people are like, oh, don't post them.
No, it's gonna be good stuff, man. We got like a lot of good videos that we found. We're gonna give it
Yes, you guys definitely go to my I do the same thing on YouTube, but on Instagram, definitely follow us there because we show a lot of like crazy videos. So Lady Di DCM. Exactly. You could do that.
Exactly, man. It's gonna be a lot of better content. We trying to like work on like the different camera angles and working on the house and stuff like that too. So we probably be in different rooms and give y'all like different things to look at and stuff. So if y'all got any suggestions or anything, y'all seen any good videos,
send it to us. You could send it to which I received some emails from you all, but bookladydy at gmail.com or send it to my DMs. Thank you so much for all of that. But yeah, so we're gonna end it. I think this time is good. Big, that's kind of like where I was going. 2 hours and less tends to get more replays watched for your hour's sake. Okay. For now, yes, I believe we can do that for now. Later on when the time goes on, I'm not gonna end it if but right now I think we good. Yeah. Anything else you want to say? Because I feel like it's so early.
Nah, man. It's just,
let me think.
You just gonna cut me off when I.
Oh, I'm
sorry. Anything else you want to say? You gonna cut me out? But nah, man. Like, it's gonna be a lot of great content coming out. Honestly, like, we got 4 in the chamber right now that I'm editing right now as we, right after this show that we're gonna probably drop like once a day, and just check it out, man. Let us know some things we can improve, like I said earlier, and. Thank y'all for rocking with us and being here this long.
But we're not done. I wanted you to share a story.
No, I ain't. Oh, what story?
Of you and your ex.
The
story was about this. Like, just say how you got over it.
Oh, all right. So I was kind of like
this is the last thing we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, man. So I was kind of like the guy in this story, like, because if a woman like cheats on me, right, I'm the type of guy that's like, all right, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Right there, because a lot of times people don't understand their worth in a relationship, right? So they continue to stay or they continue to go. But I know I'm a good dude, and I know that I'm going to find somebody better because how I treat myself. And a lot of times people will be doing negative stuff, thinking that the Most High is going to bless them with somebody good right after their relationship. So they'll be with somebody, they'll be doing dirty, or say the man is doing dirty, the woman's doing dirty, and then they thinking that just they doing this person dirty, and then the Most High is going to bless them with somebody good after their relationship. And it don't work like that. So you got to make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to do according to what the Most High instructed us to. And then after that, then you can get somebody good. But if you out there doing it, so say if she started cheating, you start cheating too, and all that type of stuff, whatever. No, it's gonna be you're gonna get the same consequence she got. right? So just make sure you holding yourself accountable, even if somebody's doing bad to you. And then you just, as soon as you leave that relationship, all right, now you wait on you go out there and search for you a good woman. You know what not to pick now because you've been in that situation already. Or you can talk to brothers like me, you know what I mean, on this live stream and in the comment sections, a lot of good brothers, Just Rules. Frenchie is always here, Beautiful Animated is here all the time. Frenchie, Travel One, Truth and Purpose. It's a lot of good brothers, man, and big. A lot of times they hear and they invested into this relationship type of stuff, so they can give great advice on things that I might not have experienced. But this is something I have a lot of experience with.
Yeah.
You know,
so the key point I heard you say was that you knew that you was a good person, so you didn't settle for nonsense. So I think that we as a people have to make sure that we're confident. That's the biggest thing that would destroy us. We have to be confident no matter what's going on. Be confident and move with that. Move with the purpose that you have for yourself and go get it. You don't have to settle with nonsense.
Yep.
You know, so that's all. I think that was like the biggest thing for sure.
Yep. And he's saying don't look back once you're done. Exactly, man. Because a lot of times people like people.
Thanks for being here,
yeah,
Lou.
exactly,
Thank you.
Bro. A lot of people like to let me make sure see what they're doing. Make sure I'm doing better than them, or make sure you focus on moving forward and focus on fixing yourself so you can be okay in that next relationship. Because if you holding on that baggage, your woman is gonna get that, or if a woman, you with a man, your man is gonna get that. So you need to make sure you're working on the things that hurt you. So once you come there, you hold and you can actually have a productive relationship.
And then
right? Because especially as a man, you're gonna have to work out some of the kinks in your lady. But you can't be working out a lot of your kinks when you got to work out some of her kinks too as well, because you're the leader of that relationship.
Because you're the leader. Exactly. So it makes a difference. Like if you are partaking in that role of leadership, then you should know more than your lady. There's no shade or nothing. It's just that leaders always should know more.
Yeah, man. Yep. So she's a nice, positive, and upbeat presentation.
Thank you, Travel One. Thanks so much for all of your support, for real.
Exactly. So y'all been working. This is so neat in this space. Exactly, man. And that's why we're not trying to do what everybody else do. We trying to
we don't partake into drama. If y'all
we trying to bring a different thing in this space that's needed, right? So we trying to get different ideas, and because we get tired of seeing the same old stuff, same old arguing back and forth. The men need to do this, the women need to do this. All right, cool. All right, we already know what we need to do. All right, let's go out there and do it. You know, let's give solutions to do it. It say, I had to understand on my I am my worth exactly, and what I am worthy exactly, man. Know yourself.
And
exactly,
keep that truth. Yeah.
Facts. It said, true, right, James. I am happy for you, brother. I am praying for you, my lady. Exactly, man.
Thank you.
And we all need that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Say it. So I love to see young black love. Exactly, man. And we're gonna see more of this, man. We're gonna try to change as small as we can, and then as we grow, we're gonna bring a lot of people, you know what I mean, that's with us, and that's it. Because there's a lot of people that's happily married, but we just don't know them because they don't have the time, you know. Because this takes a lot of work. Honestly, we got 4 kids, so this is, you know what I mean, our kids in the other room making a whole bunch of noise. Y'all just can't hear. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot of work to put everything together. So
yeah, it does. So that's why we're only doing Saturdays. But I promise you, if I could go live more, I would. But it's gonna come, like I said, you know, we have so much in store. We're just starting small right now. So definitely thanks for being here. You guys are not unnoticed. We see y'all.
Yep.
So hold on to the baggage, trash, or garbage. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. Yep. So I think Beautifully Animated says, I tried giving one guy a second chance, but it didn't work out because I had already checked out.
Yeah.
For me to break up with you, I've given you all the chances to fix things. Therefore, I'm done.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. That was me too. At one point. Yep. So yes, thank you so much for being here. We are gonna end this live. And we appreciate that. We are going to do this again next Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
man, appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for being here, man. We love y'all, man. And you know what I mean, thanks for giving us all the love and support in the comment section, man, because y'all don't have to do that. So man, I appreciate it.
You don't.
You know what I mean? Y'all humble us every week we come on here. So appreciate y'all.
I'm gonna play, if y'all was here from my first live ever, I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs. I usually play it every live. So you definitely what I was gonna say. I had a train of thought, but no, definitely listen to this song. It's very nice. So you guys have a good night. What time is it though, for real? What time is it?
It's like about to be 11.
Okay. So yeah, y'all have a good night, y'all.
All right, peace.
All right.
Artlist.io.
I believe one day, I believe in the future. I believe
Music licensing reimagined.
I believe what you truly desire, you can bring to pass. All you need is a focus and a story to hold, and the faith that you can achieve what's inside your soul. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way,
Artlist.io.
gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. Know that you can make it. Hold it tight, cause they will try to take it.
Music licensing reimagined.
But whatever you do, don't let them break it. Cause each moment's just a new chance to take into your own hands and shape the life you see inside your dreams. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get.
Artlist.io.
Someday we'll make it on. Someday we'll make it. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. In your heart there lives a dream for your soul to master.
Music licensing
From the moment that
reimagined.
you breathe, get to chasing after, yeah. All that you want, all that you ever dreamed. You can make anything of this life. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can Someday we only try. No matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get
Artlist.io.
someday. Other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say. No matter what they say, we gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say.
Music licensing reimagined.